Hi guys, that will be one of my short reviews on the stuff that I promised some of you guys to review. I'm not only reviewing the big guys like amplifiers and preamplifiers, but also some small stuff, some small tools that I'm using to listen to my music. And last year, I think it was before the winter sales, I got FIIO DK1 Pro USB dock for my Hiby player. Why have I done that? The thing is that Hiby offers its own USB dock for its own players, but it's something like $250, and that's quite expensive. And I don't need something like that. I just need a good quality, solid USB cradle, USB dock for my Hiby. And these were quite popular like 5 years ago or earlier. Of course, not with USB-C, but with micro USB. And they were all the rage for your mobile phones, so you could charge them on a stand, on the cradle, overnight. But this one is different. This one does something that's more advanced than just powering and charging your device, and that's why I got it. Okay, before we begin, the price was $57. Sorry, $57, and that's quite cheap compared to the Hiby's own dock. But it's also more expensive than some unbranded USB, regular USB docks meant for mobile phones. But this one is a little bit different because it allows you not only to charge your device, because that would be basically useless, but it also allows you to connect to USB host devices, and more on that later. Now, it's not exactly an unboxing video, but I want to tell you one thing about the box contents. And you'll have a USB-C charging cable, but the important bit that I wanted to tell you about is that the dock comes with screws and screwdriver, and it's actually built of two elements, the base of the dock and this metal part, and you need to put it together by yourself. It's a 5-minute job, and it's actually not exactly adventure, but it's a nice thing to do. And that's it. So, about the dock. The USB connector is placed exactly in the middle, and it's swinging, so it will allow you to connect devices with different thickness. But the important bit here is that it's in the middle, and when I was ordering this one, I had not thought to check my Hiby, and as you can see, it's not in the middle. So it will not stand like that, it'll stand like something like that. But it's still fine, because the main functionality that I got this one for are these three USB ports. As you can see, you have one dedicated for powering the cradle and charging your mobile phone or your digital player. But these two are important. In the cradles of the past, the idea was that you were able to connect the USB devices like USB pen drives and use them for storage. You still can do something like that with this cradle, but I did get this one for something else. The idea is that using USB-C cable, I can connect some regular series digital to analog converter to my digital player. And in my case, that would be Gastard X26 Pro. And yes, it does work. That was the question that some of you guys were asking me in the comments for my social feed post when I've posted the first photo of this cradle. Yes, you can connect series digital to analog converter here, some fully blown device. You can still charge your player of your phone with this cradle, and with this switch here you can disconnect charging, leaving only connection to the host devices. Why? because you want to have as pure and as clean sound and data transmission without any kind of noises coming from the power section. Yes, you can use power banks for that, and that would be, I think, the best solution if you'd like to still charge up your device during listening to your music, but you can also use regular wall chargers to charge your device. One important thing, if you will switch that switch during usage of the host ports, it will drop the connection and you'll have to reconnect your device in your software player with your digital to analog converter. Yes, why do I use something like that? Because each and every Android device allows me to use my favorite Android players. And in case of my Hiby L4, which will have its own review quite soon, and it'll be long time review because I got this one more than 6 months ago, and it was my daily driver during all of my business trips, all of my holidays, etc. It is that good. But the main thing about Android here is that you can use software players that will be able to directly access USB-C port, and then using USB-C port your digital to analog converter, bypassing all Android audio subsystem. And my two most favorite players are Neutron player, and in a second place, not very close, but in a second place, USB Audio Pro player. But my most loved one is Neutron player. I've been a user of Neutron for past 8 or 10 years. I discovered this when I first started to look at Android players, and my first player was highly recommended Power Player. But then when I was browsing the players software category on Google Play, I realized that there are some applications that are able to directly access USB connected devices, and one of them was Neutron Player. And the thing is that Neutron Player has absolutely excellent DSP and decoding engine. And by excellent, I mean it's easily on par, but probably better. And that's something that I can assess with my electrostats. It's actually better than my FIIO 2000K that's set up in bit perfect mode. By the way, Neutron also plays in bit perfect mode. So the sound quality is clearer, it's more transparent when I'm using Neutron than FIIO on my HTPC. But using Neutron here was not exactly very, how do I call that, user-friendly experience when I was using this with my fully blown digital to analog converter. Why? Because I wouldn't like to use it like that with cables hanging right here, and also I'd like to use some kind of remote. And when I'm using cradle like that, I'm able to charge my device and I'm able to use the digital to analog converter connection at the same time, and I am able to use any kind of Bluetooth remote that's compatible with Android. And that's excellent because of the total price of the setup. Neutron and digital player or a phone like that with Neutron software will set you back way less than any kind of HTPC or any kind of streamer for that matter. And I'm talking about like 2 or 3 times or even more or less. And the sound quality will be better. The YIM devices are all the rage right now. But this one will give you, this kind of setup will give you better sound quality for lower or similar price, and it's still portable. Meaning, when you're on leave, when you're leaving your house, you're going to holiday, you're going for a business trip or something like that, you can just unplug it and take it with you. Okay, a couple of things. As you can see, the USB-C port is quite long. And the first time I was connecting my Hiby, I thought that if I put it like that, yeah, it's connected. I was kinda not very liking that it's moving, but I thought that it's deep enough, but it wasn't working. So later I realized that I need to push it. And for the first time it wasn't that easy. There was some kind of plastic part that apparently needed to be used a couple of times. And right now this is the proper connection here, and it stays connected like that, and it doesn't swing at all. It doesn't stand exactly in the middle of the cradle, but that's nothing. The thing is that it works brilliantly, giving me excellent sound quality, and that setup. HiBR4 with this cradle from FIIO was one of the setups that I was using to test the quality of Gastard X26 3, yeah, the new one that I got recently. The review is coming, by the way, and the comparison with my regular X26 Pro is also coming. But that was the setup that gave me the best sound quality. Neutron player, HiBR4, used basically as a transport, because obviously in this setup I wasn't using internal 4 DACs by Sabre that this device has, and this cradle. So, all things considered, in, let's say, audiophile world, this is one of the cheapest purchases that I've made, and it allows me to use excellent player software with my file library, with my streaming applications, with my fully blown digital to analog converters, delivering the best possible sound quality. So, this guy will have separate review. Neutron player will also have a separate review, because recently I've learned that Dmitry has started to produce hardware, and that's like, wow, finally. But for now, this comes highly recommended. It actually works. It actually allows you to charge and use your USB devices at the same time, or not, because you can switch that off. But the most important thing is that it works properly with digital to analog converters that are using USB inputs. And that's it, guys. Yes, all the links in the description. All the useful stuff that you may ask me about in the comments, or may just comment, will also be copied to the video description. If you've noticed something about the device, if you'd like to ask me about some specific things about this device, just give me a shout in the comments. And that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you'd like that, as usual, you're more than welcome to support my channel by buying me a beer. I always try to get the beer from your country, judging by the currency. And yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys. I hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.